Hello there, Lester Yanovich here for another edition of Wednesday's Wonders. Now today's wonder came about because I was shopping recently in one of the local markets and I came upon a young couple having a bit of a row right there in the grocery store. And obviously it was the young fellow's fault because I actually heard the young woman say to him, "It's all your fault." And that made me wonder about things. I wonder, what does it take for a man, a fellow, a gent, whatever they call us these days, to have a happy relationship with a member of the opposite sex? Well, unfortunately though, to do that would require that I might give away some trade secrets and some, well, let's just say, male proprietary information. And that wouldn't be fair now, would it? So this Wednesday Wonder is pretty much going to focus on the men out there, and so I'm going to have to ask the ladies if you would just kindly turn off this video, and I promise you that very soon I will give you a very wonderful Wednesday Wonder just for you as well. So let me give you a second to turn off your videos, and I'll talk to the boys as soon as I return. See you then. Okay, I'm back now. I trust the ladies have all gone about doing what it is they do when they're not with us, probably thinking of ways that they can make us happy, so let's not disturb them while they do that. But while they're gone, now we can talk candidly about what it takes to have a good, happy relationship with a member of the opposite sex. Well, before we do that, we have to understand the fundamental differences between men and women. And I know we're all members of the same species, so they say, but we're actually really quite different creatures when it gets down to the basics, don't you think? Because, you see, when it comes to a relationship, well, men want sex. We want sex. Women, on the other hand, well, they're a little bit more subtle about things, and they want an intimate relationship. So, there lies the problem. So, what do we do to bridge the gap? Well, in a best case scenario, it comes down to the negotiation on how to bridge the gap. A good relationship, in its simplest form, is essentially when a man who wants sex is willing to give a relationship to get it. A woman who wants an intimate relationship, well, she's willing to give out sex to have it. You know what I mean? So to do that, we have to get to that essential negotiation, which I call harmony versus harmony. So harmony, well, harmony, for those that don't understand, is quite a gender-specific term. What it is harmony is when a man reaches that point of hormonal bliss. And quite frankly, dare I say it, it's really one of the only few reasons that we get up in the morning. Harmony, on the other hand, well, we all pretty much know what that is. That is when, you know, we hold hands on the beach and candlelight dinners and fluffy duffy hoochie ka, all those kinds of things. So, I hate to say this, but fellas, as I learned from the young man in the store earlier, the onus seems to be on us as to how we can bridge the gap. So it's pretty much on us. And I came up with a simple formula for just how we could do that. It's a physical formula, but you'll get along with it if you'll try to understand. The formula is S equals HW squared. That's correct. So the S is sex. Now sex is what we want, is it not? Okay, sex equals happy woman squared. Therefore, based on the formula, if you want sex, you have to have a happy woman, but that happy woman has to be a happy woman times another happy woman. Now, keep your head out of the gutters there. It just means, well, I'm not real sure how many happy women that is, but it's a lot of happy. So, what we have to do is we have to think about this, and we have to think with our heads. You know, we have to play the game, so to speak, and think with our heads, and we have to come up with a strategy and a plan. And I been seriously thinking about this, and I have just a plan for you, but quite frankly, I think I need to take a luster break here, if you know what I mean, and I'll be right back, fully relieved and ready to tell you exactly what our plan is so that we can reach that moment of hormonal bliss. I'll see you in just a second or two. Hello, I'm back and feeling quite relieved, if you know what I mean. So let's continue with our discussion that I now refer to as the road to harmony. That's right, and to get to the end of the road to harmony, I've decided that we all have to think nasty. That's right. Now, before you go whooping it out, just hold on. You got to slow down a minute and let me explain what I mean by thinking nasty. You see, nasty is actually just an acronym. And for those of you that don't know what that is, just look up Mr. Google and he'll be happy to tell you what an acronym is. But nasty, the first letter in the word nasty is N. And N stands for noticed. You see, to have a happy woman, they like to be noticed. For example, in the morning, men, when we get up, we go about our shower and such, and we might go to the closet and put on a shirt that we've been wearing for the last 25 or 30 years, and if we have any hair, we might pat it around and go downstairs and wait for breakfast. Women, on the other hand, well, they take a lot of time in what they do in the morning, and sometimes they even pick out what they're going to wear the night before. And then they get up and they coordinate what they're going to wear, and they take their shower, they do their hair, put on their makeup, and put on these dresses, everything just toe. Then they come down for breakfast, and we might just say, hey, how you doing? Well, no more. Because from now on, you're going to notice. You're going to come up, when they come down or come up to the table, you're going to find something that they did and take notice to it. It might be their dress or their shoes or the earrings that they're wearing, and you're just going to make a comment on it. You're going to say, oh, well, that looks nice, or your hair looks rather nice today, or whatever else. Or when in doubt, just say, well, you look very nice today. And that will make them feel like they've been noticed. The A in the word nasty stands for appreciated. Women do love to feel appreciated. And let's face it, they do a whole lot of things for us that we don't always acknowledge and notice that they do. And how often have we heard, you take me for granted? Oh, I hate that. I hate when they say things like that. So no more. From now on, we're going to acknowledge what they do to appreciate us at times. It's simple. It's just, dinner. Thank you for making dinner. It was delicious. You acknowledge that they actually did something for you and you appreciate it. And when all in doubt, the grand slam is just to say one time, I so appreciate everything you do for me. Or if she's doing something, let's say she's doing laundry or something, this is the real grand slam. You come up to her and say, you do so much, let me do that for you. But now here's the rule. Don't do it all the time, because if you do that, you'll spoil them and they'll expect it all the time. It's something called intermittent reinforcement. You do it every now and then, and they take notice more and more and more each time you do it. So intermittent reinforcement, do it only on occasion. Now S actually has two parts. S is that women, believe it or not, women like to feel sexy. The only thing is they don't like to feel like a street whore. As much as that sounds nice to us, it doesn't always end well now, does it? So to make a woman feel sexy, you have to actually be just a little bit more subtle about it. So instead of noticing that her blouse, that her nipples protrude quite nicely, you might say something like, oh, that blouse, the color of that blouse, it accentuates your eyes. Or when they walk away, instead of saying, hey, nice ass, baby, you might say something more subtle, such as, that dress you're wearing today, my goodness, that does accentuate your lovely figure. Now, they may call the bullshit card on you, but nevertheless, they will hear it, and it will work to your advantage. Now, the other thing that women like in the S category is they like to be surprised. Now, we all know that we have lots of obligations, Valentine's Day, birthdays, Christmas, and the like, and, we have to do something for them then, but that's expected. And if we don't do it, well, then we're not going to find the road to harmony at all. But it's those other times where you have to catch them off guard and just do something simple. It doesn't have to cost a lot. I mean, don't go out and buy a bunch of jewelry and crap like that. Just something simple. Go to the grocery store and get some discounted flowers for $3. Bring them home, put them on the counter, and when she comes in at night, oh my God, that's so special. Or go to the dollar store and get a card and write something simple in there like, I appreciate everything that you do for me. She'll open it up. Oh my goodness, she'll love, 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 love this surprise. Simple surprises do more than you can ever imagine. So remember, we're on the road to harmony, so do what it takes. Now, the other thing is the T. The T is a two-parter too. The T stands for timing and touch. Now, we all know that women, well, they have their moods, and that mood can change at the drop of a dime. So you have to be careful and very strategic when you do any of these things. So watch her mood and catch her when she's in one of those good moods, as rare as it may be. Find it and take advantage of it. Take advantage of it real quick. And notice her or show her that you appreciate her, or tell her how delightful she looks to you that day of some sort. Or maybe throw in a little surprise, you never know. The other thing is touch. Women do actually like to be touched. The only thing is, you got to be a little bit more subtle than that. For example, you don't want to go up and just honk their boobs, but you might want to just go along to the back and just, as you walk by, just scratch their back a little bit or give them a little scrunch on the neck while you lean over and tell them how much you appreciate what they've done for you that day. The slightest little touch can take you the longest way down that road to harmony. Now, the final thing is the why. Well, I couldn't come up with a word for why, so I decided to say, well, why not? Why not take the time to notice them or to tell them how much you appreciate them, make them feel sexy, throw in a little surprise here and there, and give them those slightest little touches, a little crunch of the hair, something like that. Why not do it? Because remember, our goal is to get to the road of somewhere along here. Oh, you remember what it was? Well, let's just talk about it some more. Oh, there it is, the road to harmony. And the road to harmony is very good at the end, but it's like a sporting event. And let's all believe that in a sporting event, all that is played well ends well. So learn how to play the game well, and you'll reach the road to harmony, and her world will be yours. And I'm going to give it up at that and let it go for now, and I will see you next Wednesday for another Wednesday Wonder. I do wonder what that'll be. See you then.